Black cab rapist John Worboys is quizzed over a number of new sex attack claims. Black cab rapist John Worboys has been quizzed about a number of new sex attack claims which could scupper his imminent release from prison. Officers from Scotland Yard's Child Abuse and Sexual Offences Command have interviewed the notorious sex offender under caution after a number of women came forward to accuse him of sexual assault. The fresh investigation comes just months after the parole board's decision to release him caused uproar. The 61-year-old was jailed indefinitely in 2009, with a minimum term of 8 years, for drugging and sexually assaulting 12 female passengers. But in January the parole board decided that after serving just 10 years in prison, Worboys no longer posed a threat, despite police fears that he could have attacked over 500 women over the years he spent as a licensed taxi driver. The decision was later overturned at the High Court after his victims took legal action to block his release. Parole Board Chairman Nick Hardwick was forced to quit in the furor, and Justice Secretary David Gauke launched an overhaul of the system. Since then 5 women are said to have gone to police with new allegations against the taxi driver, who drugged and raped women in the back of his cab. A further 2 women are said to have asked police to reconsider their allegations against him. Yesterday it emerged that police are liaising with the Crown Prosecution Service after receiving a number of allegations including sexual assault and administering a substance with intent to commit a sexual offense, which are said to have been committed between 1997 and 2007. Worboys was interviewed in Wakefield Prison on Wednesday, 4 July. The development has raised hopes that his imminent release from prison will be indefinitely delayed, as he could be locked up again if charged and convicted of any offense. No arrest has been made, but it is thought that he will remain in custody while the allegations are fully investigated. A spokesman for the Metropolitan Police said, "Detectives investigating a number of allegations of non-recent sexual assault have interviewed a 61-year-old man under caution." An investigation was launched in January 2018 after a number of women contacted police with information. Since then, officers have assessed all the information provided and established there are a number of allegations that required investigation. Police also sought early investigative advice from the Crown Prosecution Service. The allegations include sexual assault and administering a substance with intent to commit a sexual offense, and are said to have been committed between 1997 and 2007. The man was interviewed at a venue in Yorkshire on Wednesday, 4 July. The investigation continues. Many of the women who originally made allegations against Worboys were told their cases were not being prosecuted because he was unlikely to ever be released. The CPS prosecutor in the original case, Tony Connell, wrote to victims back in 2009 apologizing to those whose allegations were not taken to trial, saying, "There are dangers in putting too many charges on an indictment, as the trial can become too long and complicated." More than 100 women reported him to the police. But the Crown Prosecution Service only proceeded with 14 cases and did not haul him back to court when more victims came forward after his 2009 trial, as it was assumed he would be locked up for the rest of his life after being given an indeterminate sentence for public protection, IPP. It is thought that police will now be looking back over the file to establish whether there is unused evidence,